Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Dufoes. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation, moving full speed ahead, talking to some of your favorite people and mine, and enjoying every single second of it. So without further ado, hold on, what is that noise? What was that?
I don't know.
All right, now don't play with me. I hear alarms. Look at us. And I'm keeping all of this in. Look, you see how they treat me? I can't work under these conditions. Where's my water? Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Xaddy Corvinus.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
Yeah, you were just a tad late, but you said it was because it was for a good reason. You were moving on up on the east side.
I'm moving on up to the east. I'm moving up to the top floor. I mean,
yes. Congratulations, and you were getting the keys.
Yeah. I got my keys.
Congratulations. Now you see what all that OnlyFans will do for you.
See what God will do for you.
Bless God. So, mister, I was looking forward to talking to you because I had to delete. Okay, so listen, I deleted my brand Twitter so that I could have a freak ass old Twitter and watch everybody and look at all the stuff I wanted to look for and not have anybody, like kids trying to watch me or anything like that. And going to my likes. And honey, let me just say, you are all over Twitter. Everybody love you. Everybody love you.
Thank you.
I just got off the phone with my baby. He's from Philadelphia. He lives in LA now. His name is Papi Suave.
Oh yeah, I love Papi.
That's one of my best friends.
Oh.
Yes. And I told him, I hung up with him and I told him I was interviewing you. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Papi, we collabed together maybe about 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, Xaddy, I saw it. What you talking about? You ain't saying nothing. What you thought you were saying? You thought you were saying something?
You know what? Hey, I'm meeting the queen. I gotta come correct.
You wasn't saying nothing, and that collaboration was really good. It was very good. Whoever the camera guy was, he was good too, because he made sure all them angles. But you know what? What is his name?
That's Kai Levine. That was Kai Levine.
Oh, he's another one. Trust me, I'm making my way. I'm making my way. I'm gonna get all you. But yeah, I'm making my way. I have yet to send the invitation to him, but it will be coming. So yeah. But anyway, okay.
Oh, and I definitely checked out your page and stuff. Everything it looks great. I appreciate you even giving us content creators, the opportunity to even speak, share our personality, share our stories and all that stuff. I think it's really dope. So
my absolute pleasure. I mean, it's part of my brand. Like for, I want to say almost 20 years, I've been displaying Black and Latin men in everything that I do. MySpace, then, Twitter and Facebook, and now Instagram, and, and now I'm back on YouTube doing the same thing with these, conversations. They're not really interviews, they're conversations. But it's your turn. It's your turn.
I'm here in the flesh, baby. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, Xaddy, I want you to know, I have never called a man daddy.
Really?
Ever.
Somebody doing something wrong.
No. I have never called a man daddy in my life. But I like your name, Xaddy. I like that.
It's so funny. I actually came up with the name just about out of the whim because I said something like xylophone or something like that.
Uh-huh.
it reminded me that the X makes the Z sound.
Yes.
And at the time that I made the name, everybody was saying Xaddy, 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 Xaddy.
Yeah.
I had to put that bad boy. This is a whole new brand.
Well, congratulations on a successful brand. It's very successful. We all love it.
Thank you.
Your little freakadeek self. But anyway, so tell us all where you're from, where you grew up.
I'm from I grew up on a farm actually in this little small town in Barnville, South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah.
Country boy.
Yeah, I'm a country kid. I'm a real country kid.
Oh, and what was that like?
It was very humbling to say the least, especially living the life that I do now.
Yeah.
It's very, very different.
Yeah.
I learned it's a lot of things I know how to do. I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna pay somebody to do now. But if I didn't have any money, I wouldn't know how to get it done. So yeah, it was,
wow.
I had a lot of animals, pigs, cows, goats, chickens, yeah, the whole nine.
Wow. So literally you were running through cornfields. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
Yes, ma'am.
Xaddy, that would be a really nice treatment for a video in a cornfield.
You know what? If I could get somebody, I thought about that. I almost thought, I was like, would it be racist to do a video in the middle of a cotton field?
Oh no, well, I ain't say cotton field now. See that you done went too far.
No, but you know what's funny? That used to be they gave us like summer jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could either go in the cotton field. They would pay us for buckets. Like we would do buckets of cotton. You can go to pick pecans. You can go pick peas. You can go pick anything that grew in the field or whatever the case is. They had like jobs or whatever the case is for the kids during the summertime.
Oh, okay, it was the kids. Okay, because I'm like, all right, they picking cotton.
Hey, we got paid. We had the time of our lives. We had the time of our lives. You couldn't tell me I ain't had money with my little $30 in my pocket.
See, and they still wasn't paying enough. See, got you picking cotton and still wasn't paying enough. No.
Child labor laws.
Oh, no, but no, I'm messing with you. So tell me, are you an only child? Were you there by yourself?
No, so I'm adopted. So
okay.
Biologically I have 7 siblings.
Oh, wow.
But in my adopted family, I was adopted when I was 3. So okay. The family that I grew up with, I am the youngest of 3.
Okay. Southern boy, cotton fields, cornfields, picking things. I love this because this is, I don't know, when we think of Southern men, especially because I'm a Northerner, I'm from Philadelphia. Do me a favor, turn down your volume a little bit because I'm hearing an echo. Yeah.
My volume?
Yeah. Make sure you can still hear me, but I'm
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Still hear echo?
No.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't hear the echo anymore.
Is the echo gone?
Yeah, the echo is gone. So, no, I was going to say, like, I'm a Northerner. So it's kind of funny because they always say North and South. Like what's the word? We complement each other. Like I remember I had a buddy and he was from Florida. It was high school and we ran track together. And he was also very laid back, very relaxed, very even killed. And I'm a Northerner. So I would ask him, I remember I asked him one time, his name was Richie. I said, Richie, what do us Northerners, or me particularly, what do I sound like? My voice is high. I've got like a very distinct voice. So I'm like, what do I sound like to you? And he was like, and I was like, oh my God. But I stay around Southern men, being a Northerner, right. Because the crazy thing is I don't find too many Southern men that have an issue with my Northern fast-paced mentality. Like they just kind of listen to me like, all right, okay. All right.
And my mind was too big for South Carolina. I had to get out of there. I left there and I ain't looked back.
Okay, so let's continue there. When did you leave and why did you leave? What was the opportunity?
Actually, I was in South Carolina. I would always ask my mom and my dad. My mother is from New Orleans.
Okay.
My father, he grew up in South Carolina. His father grew up in South Carolina. His father grew up in South Carolina. So I always asked my dad, like, what made you want to stay here? Like, what made you want to stay here? So it's not really any. I mean, I had opportunities because who my father was and like who my mother was in the community and stuff like that. So I almost had that. Almost, thank God, it went away. I almost had the mentality of, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to live. So I have to get a job here. Da, da, da. So I ended up getting this job at this Huddle House. It's a knockoff Waffle House.
Okay.
And actually, I got into a fist fight. That's how I ended up in Atlanta. I got in a fist fight with the cook. The cook, long story short, did something. I asked him about it. He was drunk or under the influence that particular day, and it just went left. And I punched him in the mouth, and we went to fight. I mean, this is during the shift. Punched him in the mouth, right in the middle of the shift, right by the grill, and So, needless to say, I was fired. They didn't send me to jail, and I took my little $75 in tips from that day, and I was like, you know what? I told my homeboy, look, can you take me to Atlanta? You know, I'm gonna go take me to Atlanta. I'm gonna go stay with my brother for a few weeks, you know, just to see if I can get a job there or whatever. And I came down here, got a job in a few weeks at the airport, and it all started from there.
Wow.
That's how I ended up.
So you got a little spice
right?
with you, Xaddy. You got a little spice with you.
I had a little spice to me. I'm a different person these days.
Yeah, you're a different person. Well, because now you're a man of means. So now you want to hold on to your holdings, and you realize, listen, I can't be spending on bail and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And also I know I over the years found the importance of just protecting my energy and protecting my peace. You know, I like to be stress free. I just like to live my good little life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what? I know you got some money, because that's exactly how us Black folks start talking when we get into some money. We like, all of a sudden, we like, no, I don't want to argue. I just want to protect my.
Look, I'll be like, I got $10,000 in my mouth. I'm not
right.
Nobody.
No, nobody.
50,000 volts, goddamn it.
I hear it, and I completely understand. So you're in Atlanta, you're staying with your brother. You love it. And let's fast forward. So you love it. It loves you. Mm-hmm. Did you? Okay. So
yeah,
how would you describe the scene there? Like, and when I say scene, I mean like community, LGBT community.
Well, when I first got here, because in South Carolina, there is no gay scene.
Right.
So when I first got here, I felt a little out of place because I just knew. I was like, oh, I get to Atlanta, I can finally just really be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want so many gay friends. And I soon came to learn that that's not what it was. It was not the wave. People used to ask me, I knew nothing about gay families and stuff like that. And people kept asking me, I would be like, oh, my dad's coming to town, my mom's coming to town. And they would always ask me, like, your real mom, your real dad? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yes, what other mom would I have? And, then I started to learn about, the different families and gay families and stuff like that. I did learn that gay people are ruthless.
You gotta be, Xaddy. You gotta be.
Gay people are ruthless. Like, I came and I'm very observant. So, like, I just picked up on things. I just picked up on how people operated. I picked up on how friendships operated, and it was just very, very not friendly, to say the least. I'm like, oh, y'all friends? This type of shit y'all do? Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep you at bay. I'm gonna keep you over there. But yeah, at first it was real fake. It was real fake. It was real fake. Thankfully, I ended up meeting a couple people and met more people through them. And I'm still friends with all those people to this day. So I was blessed in that aspect of, having some type of discernment to say, okay, this is the type of person that I want in my life. This is the type of person that may not be too good for my life. And so it went well for me. Not so well for some other people I know, but it went okay for me.
You know, most people, I was going to ask you if your sense of discernment or your balance came from your home, because, you know, not too many people are that level headed, especially being
Oh,
young.
baby, I know God. I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
I grew up in a traditional Pentecostal church. And by
Oh,
traditional, I'm meaning the women could not wear this. You see this red lip you got on?
yeah.
Ain't going down. You know, red lips. Women had earrings. The women didn't wear. The women didn't wear pants. So it
Yeah.
was only dresses, whatever case it is. The men couldn't have earrings, jewelry, long hair,
Wow.
tattoos, like all that stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. It's
Wow.
very,
Yeah.
very traditional.
I grew up in a Pentecostal church, but, you know, like I said, Northerners. So
Really?
yes, I grew up in a Pentecostal.
Okay. I don't meet too many. I don't meet too many other Pentecostal babies.
Oh, honey, at one point in my life, I could outdance a chicken. At one point, when the spirit of the Lord moved, I could outdance a
Come
chicken.
on, somebody.
Yes, come on,
Come on,
somebody.
somebody.
So, you know, I'm gonna ask you, what's your birth sign?
I'm a Cancer.
You know, best people. I'm a Libra, but when I meet Cancers, you guys are so cool. One of my
You know, the crazy thing is, I hate the zodiac.
Oh, why? Well, but you know what? I could see
I
why
know.
though. If you grew up traditionally Pentecostal, I could see why. Yeah.
I just feel like people use their zodiacs as excuses to be shitty people
Well, no, I don't.
and do shitty things.
No, I don't.
Because some people, they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm a little sneaky, but you know I'm a Taurus. So,
No,
I'm a Scorpio. I'm like,
no.
what?
No, we don't condone all of that. And that's what's so funny. I always go for the better qualities, because the moment they start talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and their negative qualities, I'm like, no, that's your fucked up ass personality.
That's your trauma. you
Right.
acted out because you really acted out because your daddy told you he was on the subway to the store to get pop rocks when he was 5, and he never came back. That's what you
never came back.
Stop blaming that shit. Stop blaming that shit on your zodiac.
Right. So would you say, so you're in Atlanta, you have family, and now you have friends. When did you make the decision that corporate America or regular jobs were no longer your thing and that you wanted to be an entrepreneur? And then we'll discuss what kind of entrepreneur.
Right. So I was dating this guy. He was a security guard at a strip club. And at the time, I was working for this towing company. I was working for South DeKalb Towing. Shout out South DeKalb Towing. And they laid me off because of like some budget cuts or something like that. Oh. And so at the time, I was like, oh, like it was like in a good part of my life because I had just finally got my own spot, you know, with my name, my name on it. I just got my car with my name on it. Right. And I got fired, and so the dude I was dating at the time, he was like, oh, you should go to the club and see what it was about. So I'm like, okay, why not? Like, okay. And I went and they told me to come back the next week and dance, and they would, just to see if I would be fit. And normally at the time they had all these rules. So at the time they said that you could not dance that because Pride, the Black Gay Pride was that next weekend after. And they would say, like, if you were a new dancer, you couldn't, you wouldn't get a booking, you wasn't going to come and dance or whatever. I went and they liked me so much that they booked me for that next weekend. And from there, I mean, and it's so crazy. And that's why I say, like, favor ain't fair. Cause like, yeah, I never thought I was I never thought I was any spectacular dancer. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I knew I had a nice body or whatever, but I didn't have the body of the gods like a lot of the strippers had. But that first 6 months, I was booked at every major gay pride. I got my first out of the country booking. Wow. It was just really like just from social media, me doing thirst traps and stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. Okay. And then I was working at Family Dollar. I was an assistant manager. Mm-hmm. And I always actually said I would never do porn. Uh-huh. But I was like, OnlyFans started popping out. I was like, oh, and I was always a good boy stripper because I always had a boyfriend. So everybody thought I was very innocent. Man, when I tell you, I put up these little old clips just to see what would happen. It was on that shit like white on rice. I'm like, what the fuck? And as I was working through the day, and OnlyFans, they used to come through like almost like text messages, like every time you got a subscriber. And I'm going through the day, I'm just ding, 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 ding. And I'm starting looking, I'm like, I'm making more money in this day that I'm gonna make in this motherfucker this week.
Oh my God.
Like, what the hell is going on?
Do you remember your quitting speech?
Yeah. Well, my best friend was my boss. So my best friend was actually my boss.
Okay.
That guy that I met when I first came to Atlanta.
Yes.
He was my boss or whatever the case is. And he actually came to me first because he was like, you know, he noticed that I just seemed a little unhappy.
Oh.
And I was, because it was just like, damn, like I'm making this money. It's like, you know, people telling me what to do. I'm dealing with these customers. At the time I was loss prevention, but I was a loss prevention on North Avenue here in Atlanta. And they really allowed me to fight. So I would like, they really allowed me to fight because I was really cool with my district manager as well. So people would come in, steal stuff or whatever case it is. I would tell them to put it back. And, you know, and where the area was kind of bad. So like it was real hood. So everybody would like start piping up. Oh, you faggot issue sister. I'm like, I just faggot out. I'm all that. I will beat your motherfucking ass if you don't put this shit up. And it was we on YouTube. Like it's a whole fight. We beat the fuck out of this man. We beat this man. He had shirts and Tide Pods and t-shirts like all lined up his clothes. We beat his ass. We beat all of it out in the parking lot. It was on camera. Everybody was out in the park in the recording or whatever the case is. Yeah, it was just a lot. So he came to me. He said, you know, you seem like you look happy. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I am. But I wanted to make sure, you know, Mom ain't raised no fool. I wanted to make sure that I saw that it was easy to get a subscriber. I wanted to make sure that I understood the algorithm to keep that subscriber and get more subscribers, so I can say, okay, this can sustain my life. Yeah. Versus this very sure paycheck that I know I'm going to get every week. Yeah. So 3 months after I started, I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. And I just went ahead and quit and it went up from there.
How many years have you been able to stay without another job?
It's coming up on 5 years since I've had a 9 to 5.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that is an accomplishment, especially in this country as a Black gay male. My God, they make us do all kinds of stuff. Child, Xaddy, I had to put on a wig and a dress. Like if you knew me in real life, you look good. You look good. Forget it. If you knew me in real life, you would know. Oh, bitch, that's some motherfucking character. That's an act. Like, I love the gym. Yes, I had to. But the thing is, I've always had a natural carriage of elegance and femininity. I'm two-spirited, so that kind of helps me. I have the masculine spirit and the feminine spirit in one body. So it allows me to do like shaman work and be a prophet and a healer. And you know these terms from church, but it allows me to do all of that.
And the funny thing was, I've always had this seductive thing. I always had that down. That's why I did really well as a dancer. Again, I wasn't the best dancer or the best body or the best looking, but I just knew how. Not the best looking. Hold on, you fine, Xaddy. You fine, Xaddy. You fine, Xaddy. I appreciate it, but I knew that I wasn't. I knew that I wasn't out of everyone. I knew reality wise. I knew like, okay, yeah, you know, you're not the best looking, but confidence wise, I'm like, bitch. I walked in the room like I was that bitch. Like, yo, this is my club. These are my clients. You're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me. But
you know what? That's why they tell you never compare. That's why they tell you never compare yourself to anyone. You'll set yourself up every time. You'll set yourself up every time. And look, you are living proof. Don't compare yourself to people. You never know what you can do until you do it. Right. Now, look,
Right,
here
right,
you
right.
are late for our interview because you got to go get the keys to the top floor apartment. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. So it's been 5 years and you've just continued to get better and better and better and better. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever, yes, you are very welcome. So at any point, did you have any of the studios want to cut in on your money, like, oh, hey, come work with us. Oh, hey, come do a scene with us. Listen, I go off a feeling.
We about to get into it. I got blocked because I was worried about because I'm so outspoken.
Oh.
But it's whatever. Like no one can block. Someone can block me off social media. Someone can block you off social media, but they can't block your blessings.
That's right.
So what happened was actually when I started off doing amateur work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do some studio work to like push my brand, push my image or whatever.
Yeah.
And they actually told me I was too fat.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Let me tell you something, Xaddy.
And at that time, I wasn't fat. I was always, even in the club, even when I was dancing, I was always which worked for me. I was always the thicker guy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It worked for me because so, but yeah, when they told me that, I thought it was interesting because the guy who told me that is a large, dark-skinned Black man. So, and I heard that he had some other comments to one of my other friends, Chino Black, and pretty much told Chino that, that no one was looking for, no one was checking for dark-skinned men in the industry and stuff like that. And when I, again, thank God for discernment, because I know, I said this to him. I said, what's so funny to me? You're a large Black man telling someone else who is not large, because we talk about fat, you're fat. Yeah. But you're a large, dark-skinned man telling a thicker guy or a dark-skinned guy that the industry isn't looking for them. It's giving deflection. Yeah. That's what it's giving, and and I'm not subscribing to that. I love my skin. I love who I am. No one, and that's why I say anybody that comes into the industry, you really got to know who you are and be steadfast in who you are as a person, because it could eat you up and spit you out, especially a weak-minded person, because they could tell someone else that, and it could literally possibly break them, and like, have them looking in the mirror, second guessing themselves. Yeah. Thankfully, my mama, growing up, told me she loved me every day, and she told me I was handsome. So I didn't have to, I didn't rely on, even now, like, the comments and stuff, they're nice and stuff like that, but I'm not reliant on being Xaddy Corvinus to feel great about me. You know what I'm saying? So after that, that first 6-7 months, I was like blowing up. My numbers was good, everything like that. And they circled back around to me and was like, hey, we want to work with you. Da, da, da.
Hell no.
I gave them my price. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, I think that's a little bit much, for you first coming out. I was like, well, I'm not first coming out. Exactly. Clearly, you see, I'm doing numbers. Clearly, the thing that you said that wasn't going to work, it clearly is working. I'm the proof. It clearly is working. So yeah, you pay me this, or this conversation is over. And he didn't want to pay me that, and so the conversation was over. Right. And that was just that. And then they blocked me. I had another interview. I did an interview like this. I did an interview, and they asked me what the difference was between amateur porn and studio porn. I just answered honestly, and apparently I got blocked. So yeah.
Hey, Xaddy. What's the difference between amateur porn and studio porn?
The difference between amateur.
I'm like, you're gonna give it to the queen of shade. Oh, yes, you are. I'm like, oh, yes, you are, honey.
Yeah. The difference between amateur porn and studio porn is the exact difference of being an independent artist in music and being signed to a label. You're independent at being signed to a studio. You get paid once. Yeah. You get paid once. Yeah. And then they continue to eat off of you to the end of fucking time. Like unless you sign a contract saying, oh, you can't promote this after a certain amount of time, whatever the case is, but most people don't. So with OnlyFans, like right now in this interview, I'm getting paid right now. Yeah. People are subscribing right now. And the only person that has a cut is OnlyFans for, me using their platform, which is nothing. That's nothing.
Right.
So yeah, that's the difference. It's you know, you do what you want to do with studio porn. That's why people, when I came into, I was very grateful to have. I became friends very quickly with Kai and Chino.
Yeah.
And I'm a sponge. I just happen to. I've hung around like older people all my life.
Yeah.
So it was always my thing. Like I like to you know, observe, watch, and then not necessarily emulate what they do.
Yeah.
But process it like, okay, I see that they did this and this didn't work for them. I see that he tried this and it did work for him. How am I going to take what I've learned and incorporate it in my own life? And I did that, and it paid off. It paid off. Yeah.
You know what I love about you? You're smart.
What's that?
You're smart.
Thank you.
You're very, very smart. And I appreciate the analogy that you used, because I'm an independent artist. I was going to sign years ago, because see, I'll be 40 this year. So yes, everybody, y'all gonna stop giving me that look today. Yes.
40.
In September, I turned 40. So long time ago, I was going to sign with a record label, and I did not want them to make money off of me forever and I not own what I created. And I was in talks with a really big label. I had an A&R. He sent me to a voice coach. I've never had a vocal lesson. It was for confidence and being able to stand on stage and deliver my music. But, you know, I'm the type of person where, you know, when they bring you into a label, you don't write for yourself. You are now theirs. Mm-hmm. Like, and somebody else said this, Trap said this. He was like, you now push. Yeah, you know.
Trap.
Yeah, he said, you push their brand.
Right.
You are now a part of their brand. So never again in life will you be able to push your brand.
Right.
And that's what people don't realize. See, so many people are so hung up on on the front end that they totally leave the back end wide open.
Right.
You know, and even, this is even me in my career. I had a whole bunch of people say, oh, she's not making no money. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. She's not. Bitch, I own everything that I've done. I got 4 albums out. Try me, ho. Try me.
And the funny thing is, that's why the studio, when it comes to the studio porn stars, when OnlyFans started popping out, because I came right at the cusp. Like,
right.
It popped up. And that's why a lot of the studio stars, all the studio stars have so much to say about OnlyFans stars.
Of course.
But now that they're trying to do it and they're not successful at it.
Exactly.
They're not successful at it because with a studio, you know, they shoot you, you know, they pair you up with who you're shooting with.
Yep.
They push your image, they push your brand.
Yep.
You don't have to do any of those things. So you don't really grasp the work that goes into it.
Exactly.
But now that they're out and they like, you know, they're trying to figure out how to fit into this era because they wanted to hold on to that one. But it's like, boy, your studio ain't called you in like 2 months. What you gonna do for money? Like you gonna... And
they can't hold a candle, because I'm in this category too, because this is the thing. I work 100 hours a week, so I don't have to work 40 for somebody else. So another thing is they can't cut it because you have to create, you have to do everything. I do the job of an entire boardroom at a record label myself.
Yeah, and that's why it's so interesting when people talk to me and like, oh, I can do porn. I'm like, why do you think you can do porn? Because you can have sex on camera?
No.
You think that's all I did was have sex on camera? No. Like I market, I promote, I network, I travel, I edit. I do a lot of things to make sure that greatness has been spoken over me all my life. So anything that I do put my hands on, I do know that I'm going to be successful at. Yep. So yeah, I like to, my mom always told me, don't half-ass anything. You're going to do it.
Right.
So yeah, that's where my mind is at with that.
No, like, and that's what's so crazy, because I'm not going to stay here because we're having a great interview, but I'm going to say this as the Queen of Shade, the trademarked Queen of Shade, mind you. The only one that will ever be, because I own that bitch. Okay. Right. Many people look at what we do. It doesn't matter what facet of the industry we're in, and they think I can do this until they try to do it.
it's almost a little insulting sometimes.
It is. It is. It's very insulting because they treat you negatively, like, oh, I could do what you do. Oh, yeah, I gave Instagram 5 summers, 5 springs, 5 falls, 5 autumns. Come on now. 5 winters, I mean. Come on. And then keep it cutting edge, keep it relative, keep growing. You know, like you have to do, like, that's one thing. Yes, like that's one thing that they fail to realize. I didn't look like this in the beginning. When I started out, I didn't look like this. This is over time, evolution, money. See, get this, when they hear me say, oh, that bitch is broke, they hear me say, I didn't make any money from the last 6 years of my work because I had to figure out how to monetize this bitch. See, they hear that. Now, and this is what, and I'm gonna correct it right now. You heard me say, I didn't make any money, not I didn't have any money. Because my grandmother gave me 6 figures to start this. So you heard me say, oh, I didn't make, and that's another thing. I may not have made back what I put in is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not that I didn't make anything.
But anybody who's a business owner knows that. Anybody who's a business owner knows that, you know, you have to invest to gain. Like you have to put out, you have to spend money to make money. I mean, that's that's the oldest adage of all time. Like you have to spend money to make money.
Let me tell you something. You are dangerous for business. Because now you got me telling all the secrets. You got me telling all the secrets, but it's true. Just because we say, oh, I didn't make any money doesn't mean we didn't make any money. It just means that we may have recouped what we put in, but the profit margin may not be that large.
Right.
You know, and you're right. You have to spend, oh God, you have to spend so much money. Oh God. I'm thinking about my wig bill. I'm thinking about all the stuff.
Flights,
mind you, all this stuff. But get this, all that stuff that I own. So that's the thing, Xaddy. When next time I go to do this, like this is my setup now. I own these lights. I own that ring light. I own these studio lights. This is my PC. I got 2 of them.
Right.
So next time I have to go and do this, I don't have to start from scratch and buy the equipment. I got it. You only got to buy the equipment one time. Keep it up. Upkeep. Like I don't know what's wrong with people, but yes, they look at any entertainer and they think, oh, I can do it. You know, I've been in rooms with people and I've heard them slander people. They have no idea and no business slandering. And I always take that. That's my cue to leave, because I'm like, then you don't respect another entrepreneur. You don't respect, and it's not just the entrepreneur, you don't respect the process. See, my thing is I stay away from people that want shit quick, fast, and in a hurry, because my thing is, this is great, but I'm turning 40. What am I going to be doing at 60? Mm-hmm. See, that's my thing. And my thing is the way that I built this platform, the way that she is set up, at 60, she's going to be doing this.
Right. And I have that mindset, and people call me controlling. But I was like, I don't know a boss that's not
control.
Controlling.
That's not like, control.
I totally agree with you. I literally just, I don't want to say cut off, but just not, a friendship that I had at the end of the day, because he had a mind of contentment. I like, birds of a feather flock together. You're supposed to surround yourself with what you want. So I made sure that I surrounded myself with successful people, because I went and put not only successful people, successful, progressive people. Yeah. Yes, I'm successful right here, but I'm also building up to be more successful. What's better than money?
Right. More money. We knew that answer. That's the entrepreneur's almanac, honey. Yeah. More money. And you ain't stopping. Look, you was getting the keys to the upstairs top apartment. You like, no, honey, there's still room for me to move up in this building. No, nope.
So I ain't even packed none of my stuff up yet. But,
well, that's okay. It's yours, honey. You got the keys. Like, congratulations again.
Thank you.
So I want to know, so you travel. Where are some of the most exotic places you have gone to actually film?
To film, I haven't been. Before I started dancing, I had never been on an airplane. I actually hate planes.
They're good. They're beautiful.
I have really bad anxiety.
Okay.
So, God, I take that back. My anxiety is a lot better now.
Okay.
But initially, I had very bad anxiety. I would cry every time I get on a plane because I'm like, Lord
Oh.
Jesus, if this is my time, God,
Oh, you sound like me.
don't let it be like this, Lord.
I'm like,
Don't let
Lord,
it be
send
like
an
this.
angel because I don't want to die in this bitch.
Don't let it be like this, Lord. Lord, if this plane crash, please let it land in a big field of marshmallows or something, Lord Jesus. I was like, God, like, so it was crazy or something. But so I was very nervous about traveling and stuff. Now it's a lot better. I wanted to go to Brazil. I had an opportunity to go to Brazil with Raheem, and Kai and them like some months back, but I had some stuff going on, so I couldn't make it. So I haven't really gotten a chance to do any exotic filming yet, like going out of the country to film. But it's in the works.
It's in the works. And you said the magic word because I love Raheem. Raheem is a Libra like me, an entrepreneur, and he built his own.
He did his big one.
He definitely did his big one. Exactly. He built his own. And now the finest, I'm getting goosebumps, the finest of the finest, seek him out. Honey, that right there is what I did. That's what you did. How you do. Yes, that's what you do, honey. Yeah, y'all gonna come looking for me. And like you said, I didn't have to worry. I didn't need nobody to tell me that. My grandmama told me that. You build it and the whole world gonna come to your table to eat. You build it.
They will come.
Yes, and that's exactly what happened. I'm sitting here minding my business. I don't care what nobody else is doing. They don't bother me. My whole family is hush in this house until I'm done. It literally, my whole business, it literally has taken over this house. They'll ask me, you filming right now? You all right? You free? They come check on me. They bring me things. They bring me milkshakes. They bring me anything I want. You need anything else? It's just because they understand and they respect the process. You build your own. And I've been in this, and that's the thing. I've been in the entertainment industry 20 years. I started as a model, got the opportunity to move to Paris, was there 6 months, but it just wasn't the right time for me. It wasn't the right time. I'm actually planning, Xaddy, to move out of this country. I'm sick and tired of being a Black man in this country. I'm gonna live I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of it. The wig ain't saving me. The wig ain't saving me. I'm a Black man in this country. Say it again, Xaddy, because I was talking.
I said, let me go. I was just piggyback on what we said. Let me go see what racism is like somewhere else. You know, they might like me over here. You know?
Right.
I might not be a nigga to them.
Right. I love Paris. I went there. It's easier to become famous, especially when you have like what I have or what you have, when you've built that platform that you can just take and that's the thing. Same thing with you. You can literally pick up your platform and go anywhere in the world. And that's what a lot of studio people don't have. It's what a lot of record label people don't have. I can move in the world. I can go in the world. And when they try to get me now, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I got 4 hours.
All the studio stars have to circle back around.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes. And it's just
it even got to the point where when I first started popping out or whatever and I was getting booked, I remember, and I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember me being on a flyer with the studio star. We were both booked.
I saw it.
And he literally told the promoter, and I don't know why all the promoters just want to kiki with me. Like they just be talking to me. I'm like, you don't even know me. You trust me with this information? But he straight up told me, he's like, hey, what's your problem with this person? I'm like, problem? I don't even know him like that. Why would we have a problem? It's like, oh, well, he called and he was like, oh, why you got me on that? Why you got me on that flyer with that Connect Pal bitch? Even though the read was sickening. It was sickening read. He was like the Connect Pal.
Connect Pal.
But he basically was trying to get the promoters to take me off the flyer and unbook me and to book him and his boyfriend.
People do that.
And the promoter dropped him.
Yep.
And I was the headliner. I was the only person on the flyer.
Yeah. You know, I can tell you this. People have heard me say it. There's a particular gay celebrity in Hollywood. This is the closest I've ever been. For the last 15 years of my life, they have been bullying me behind the scenes, trying to stop me from getting exposure, trying to stop me from making money, trying to stop me, period. Because even when I wasn't like this, they could look into me and see that I was going to be far more prolific at what I did than what they did.
Isn't that so sad that
it is
people that you're great at people, because I tell people all the time, like people, I come into people who don't like me or feel like I'm cocky or feel like I'm this and feel like that, or I've heard this, oh, you think you're superior. I don't think I'm better than you. You think I'm better than you. I didn't say that just because I exude confidence and I think I'm the shit and I look in the mirror every day and tell myself you're a bad bitch and these hoes can't take you.
Yes.
You do the same.
Yes.
You do the same. You should feel like you're the shit too. Like I don't. Everybody.
The only problem is that you and I, we believe it. They don't believe it. They don't believe it for themselves.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Manifestations are important. Affirmations are important. It's way more important, again, in this industry that we're in. It's important that we give those to ourselves because again, you'll start to become reliant. When you come into this industry, you have all of these unsolicited comments, all of these unsolicited advice, all these unsolicited opinions. You know what I'm saying? And you can people that are weak-minded, literally you got someone constantly saying, oh, you ugly, you ugly, you ugly. Some people will start to believe it. Some people will start to believe it. And it ain't piercing through over here. The spirit is secure.
You get this. I will never win a Grammy. I will never be on the top 100. I will never be on Billboard. Wait, I'm gonna tell you why. I will never be on Billboard. No. I'm gonna tell you why.
These are the things they said to you?
No. These are the things that the artist company has to pay for. And guess what? I don't need that fake praise because get this, if my music is good, and it slays, Xaddy, and I'm in another part of the world, I'm gonna make my coin from my music. And guess what? I'm not gonna have all those hands in my pocket telling me that they gotta recoup their investments.
Or anybody standing over you. Telling you what the fuck to do, when to do it.
Like my thing is this. I do this now, Xaddy, and I'm not coming at anybody. I'm not coming at anybody. Do what you do. If you want to be under agency money, you be under agency money. But for me, what is the point of having a record label if it's under the larger record label? They still cut your checks. Yeah. They still cut your check. You still got to go through them. It's their name, their brand on it. So you're not gonna be able to do everything. You don't have complete and total autonomy.
And when I speak like this, like you're speaking, it's always as if, and I try to, because a lot of people think I'm arrogant. And
it's not arrogance, it's entrepreneurship. It's not arrogance.
I'm not arrogant. I'm just telling you what, because they'll say, oh, 9 to 5, oh, well, I'm a doctor. Look, baby, look. If you decided to go to school for 4 or 5 years and still have to pay that school back to make, you're making money just to pay them back and all, cool. Baby, I make more money than doctors.
Yes.
So I don't. When people try to downplay what I do and talk about their careers, this is my career. This is my career.
It is, and you know what's so funny? This is mine. And people always get this. People always will talk shit about someone who makes it to what everybody wants, and the reason why they go become doctors, the reason why they do the schooling, financial freedom. They will always talk shit about the bitch who gets financially free first. Get this, you and I both have a lot in common. You have an anointing on your life and I have an anointing on mine. Since I was a little boy, they've been, get this, I was a little boy, get this, an out-of-town evangelist came to me and told me, now mind you, this was before I ever met the hater in Hollywood. So they can't understand why I keep going, even though the hate and the tampering is messing up, my stuff, and I have to find ways around it and hire people. But I'm still going, because when I was a little boy, the preacher, the evangelist said, baby, you're gonna be hated for what you amass. Wow. They told me as a little boy, but get this, told them, and I was a little boy, but said, when they hate on you, you tell them, don't hate me. I suffer for this. I bled for this. I walked alone for this. This was I put in the work for all that I have amassed. Don't hate me, baby.
And I have a very similar story. That's so, grew up in a gospel, so you know what being prophesied.
Yes, baby, I'm a prophet too.
It's been prophesied over me all of my life, and it's so funny. It was always the same. It was always the same message. And these are people that don't know each other.
That don't know each other.
It's been prophesied all my life, and it was the same message. it was one day your voice is going to be heard all over the world.
Yep.
And she said, and they would say, you're going to find yourself hated. You're going to find yourself hated by people that you don't even know.
Don't even know.
You're going to find yourself hated. And they told me you need to keep going. And it was so interesting. It wasn't that surprising to me then, because obviously I grew up in a church. I believe in these things.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a crazy thing like, oh my God, this person is, oh my God, did you talk to her? Like that didn't click in my head, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is real stuff. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been prophesied. That's been prophesied over me. So every time now that I have so many people who don't like me, or people I don't even know.
They don't like themselves, Xaddy. It's not you. They don't like themselves.
People talking about, it's giving deflection. I'm like, I don't know you. I've never said anything to you. Never had like, what? Well, I don't like your attitude or your personality or your.
I love the faces you're making.
What's my personality? I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize to you that I happen to like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I happen to love me. I happen to love who I am and know who I am.
Yeah.
And you can
and proudly be able to lift your head. Because see, that's the thing. They want, this is why I started with adult entertainers. And I've talked to everybody, and I will talk. There's so many people coming to this camera, but I started with adult entertainers because this industry is the same industry, whether I'm a recording artist or not. We are all entertainers, which means people show up and pay us money to help allow them or give them a great entertaining experience. That's what it is. Period. Right. So there is no difference between you, me, or anybody else if we are in this business. So yeah, I've like, if it wasn't for the different prophets that came into town when I was young and struggling and having home issues, and them telling me, God said, you have a dunamis anointing. It's an anointing of miracles, an anointing of might. You are going to, and miraculous intensity. And that's the thing. So I'm 16 when I'm told I have a dunamis anointing. So it's an anointing of might and intensity. Everything I do to excess. So then turn around, in the last 6 years of my career, I made 22,000 fully scripted 60-second videos. And then people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Oh my God. And I'm looking at them like, what's your problem? I have a dunamis anointing. But because I know you don't know what that is, I just tell you I'm a workaholic.
I'm favored. It's gonna work for me.
Okay, so I love that. I love that.
And what God has, and that's why I don't trip. Even when I got those no's from the studios.
Yes.
It again, if someone was weak-minded, it would have discouraged them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might would have discouraged them, like, okay, well, people not checking for me. Let me just slow down or whatever the case is. Nah. I'm gonna be successful at anything. You can't tell me what I can't do, because right. I mean, I'm a child of the King. I can do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And I'm gonna prosper with whatever I put my hands on. It's almost like the Midas touch. Like I'm going.
You know what? You and I better stop. I was just getting ready to do it. Everything I touch, everything you touch, turn to gold, baby. I was just getting ready to do it. And you said it right out of your mouth. It's like a Midas touch. Oh my God.
Literally everything in my life. Everything in my life. And that's why no one can tell me. Because people used to actually kind of make me feel like I couldn't have this relationship, or my relationship with God and stuff like that, because
liars,
stuff like that. But I totally disagree. You can't tell me that I'm not favored and God is looking out for me. Again, every step in my life that I've done, I never felt like I was the best at it or whatever case, but it always worked.
Yes,
it always worked out for me. That's why I didn't get discouraged with the studio, because I was like, you know what? Obviously, this ain't for me.
This ain't my avenue. It would have worked.
He would have gave it to me.
It would have worked.
So obviously it's not. And every time I got a no, I got a better yes. Every time I got a no, I got a better yes. Every time I got a no, you can't have this opportunity, I got a better opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, favor ain't fair.
I know, like my nose.
I got this tattooed on my eyebrow. Favor.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. You know one thing though? I'm gonna get on you. I gotta get on you about something.
Okay.
Pictures. Mm-hmm. I couldn't find no damn pictures of you.
Really?
I'm looking all over the damn internet, because I gotta have them for the thumbnail. And I'm like, this boy, everybody loves this boy. Where are the damn pictures of this boy?
I just lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
I had surgery last year, whatever case, because I got that. So I actually
Okay.
went a while without taking any pictures. It was like,
Okay.
my face is always really round, and then when I
Okay.
got that, my face got real fat in my
Okay.
cheeks. So I actually underwent last year. I did buccal fat removal, which is the
Right.
removal of the fat from my face or whatever the case is, and I got
Right.
360 lipo. And
Right.
now I have to, now I have to do like updated photo shoots and stuff like that.
Okay,
So my
good.
last photo shoot was with Drea for Christmas.
Okay. I
Shout out
saw
Drea
that.
Logan, that's
Yeah, I
my baby
saw
mama.
it. Yeah, I saw it.
But yeah, I actually have a photo shoot. I had a photo shoot today, but I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, what
Like
happened? What happened?
it's embarrassing. I dropped something, came up too quick. The whole side of my face scraped the side of my nightstand. I know, right?
Oh.
So yeah, I'm about to because it's interesting that you said that because I had like 3 photo shoots set up this week, so I can do some updated photos and stuff like that. So
Wait a minute.
it's
Let
coming.
me give you a secret from
Mm-hmm.
one entertainer to another that learned all her tricks from Paris.
What, makeup?
Yes, it's called TV touch. It's called TV touch. Cover it and listen, cover it. Baby, you could hire a makeup artist to come in and cover it for you.
See, the only reason I didn't want to do it because it cut around my tattoo. So
Okay.
if I put makeup on it, it was going to cover up my tattoo. So I just wanted it'll heal in a good week.
Okay. Well, take your time.
It looks a lot better than it did.
Okay, well, take your time, but definitely, I need pictures. I think I did find one that I'm going to use for this interview. But, I really enjoyed this because what it did was remind me to stay on my boss shit. You remind
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Yes, like you reminded me to stay on my boss shit because, like, I used to think it was so cliche for people to say, people gonna talk about you regardless. No, they're gonna talk about you regardless. And
People
see, I
will
was like,
literally
no.
hate you for being. People will literally hate you for being who they envision themselves to be. They would literally hate you for. People hate people. I get a lot of hate from people who just feel like it's like, bitch, I'm working 40 hours a week. I'm goddamn working hard because people feel like this is so easy. Oh,
it's not.
Every time somebody want to get in a reading session, oh, you have sex for money. Well, you have sex for free.
Come on. Who's winning here?
Who's really winning? Oh, but you don't have a 401k. Bitch,
let me tell you something. Who cares? Let me tell you something.
I don't need a retirement fund. I'm saving and building. I'm gonna have that anyway. So
the wealthy save. 401k is for people that work. I've been around wealthy people that literally you had to say to them, oh, I have a job. And they looked at me and said, what's that? What is that? And I'm like, you have to go to it 40 hours a week and you get paid at the end. And they're looking at me like, you get paid at the end? Well, what's the rate? And then they look at me and I tell them the salary and they look at me and they say, you can live under those conditions?
Right. And people, again, when I speak like this, people think like I'm talking down on 9 to 5s. I tell people I talk down because I call a lot of things ghetto. This is my thing. Just to remind me where not to go back to. But
right.
I tell people all the time, like, it's not me down. Like anybody that listens to this or that will listen to this, whatever you're doing to excel your life and to succeed, do your big one. But what I'm saying for me, I've tried it. I've done it. I've found something better. And that's what I want to do now. I will never work for anyone else ever in my life again. I'm not going to get no 9 to 5.
No, but you know what it is too? The secret to wealth in this dispensation of time is entrepreneurship. You have to start a business. That's the way to become wealthy in this climate, in this particular time, in our history of being alive, human civilization. This is the time that if you want to be independently wealthy, you have to start your own business and you have to build it from the ground up. I built this shit from the basement. So, and get this. People say about you, oh, you're arrogant or you're cocky. No, you're not. You're an entrepreneur. Your way of thinking is the same reason I don't go out. I won't be seen with anyone. I don't hang with anyone. They can listen. I don't do clubs. There's a lot of things I don't do because, sweetheart, I don't want my brand affiliated with things that are mediocre.
Yeah, someone actually, I got into this whole argument the other day because I don't know if you know about this Club 840 in Atlanta, and they have this dark room.
No.
And they were like, and I was like, oh, they said, oh, you go to the dark room? And I said, I was like, you wouldn't catch me dead in there. And it was like, why? I go in the dark room, I get my dick sucked. Baby, go get your dick sucked. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm telling you what I don't want to do. I feel like it's counterproductive for my brand, someone who people fantasize about, to be so accessible. If you can just go to the club and go in the dark room and buy me and suck my dick,
you're not going to pay me.
It's not benefiting me.
Yeah, they're not going to pay you. If I can have you, parties,
I throw them.
Right, exactly. If I can have you, I'm not going to pay you. Listen. Oh, you see, I gotta stay away from you. You make me reveal things. I thought I have the gift. I have the gift to do that. People do that to like on my platform, but you got me, and I'm going to do it for you. But that was the thing when I started this, because I had a high sex drive. I messed with porn stars and was thinking about it and all of that stuff years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But still, I went. So when I started this and it got really heavy, I had already been celibate. I went celibate. And then I stopped hanging out. The brand is, if she is queen, a peasant can't be seen with her.
Yeah, so anybody, if you feel like you deserve the mountain, don't settle for the fucking hill.
Yeah.
Don't settle for the hill. I want the mountain.
Yeah.
I want the mountain. Yeah. I want the mountain.
Yeah. My grandmother gets mad at me because she says, well, what are you doing? I said, I'm building my own Tower of Babel. I always pick with her.
I just told my mom last year that I did porn.
What'd she say?
And
I know she was mad. I know she started speaking in tongues. Lord!
She did. She was driving apparently.
Oh, you're trying to kill your mama behind the wheel. What is wrong with you?
What happened was I told my sister, because again, I came to Atlanta, I didn't look back. And at the time, me and my mom didn't really have that great of a relationship.
Right.
We have a great relationship now.
Right.
But so I didn't find the need to, I was out here making it on my own. I didn't have to call her, ask her for shit. Didn't have to call my daddy, ask her for nothing. So I just went out here. So I told my sister what I did. My sister in turn told my brother. My brother told my father, and my daddy called me one day. And I answered the phone, hello? What's up, Xaddy? What the hell? Xaddy? Who the fuck is this? Hello? I'm not talking about this with you. The fuck? And so I was like, damn, I gotta tell my mama now, because she's not gonna feel more so of a way that I do porn. She's gonna feel a way that she's the last person to know.
Right.
So I call her. I say, hey mom, what's up? So you know how I call you and tell you to send me your bills, and I just pay them for the month or whatever, and sometimes just send you money, buy you things, just do like stuff. What is it exactly that you think I do? And she was like, oh well, you dance, you dance, right? Well, I ain't been dancing. I ain't danced in a while. I ain't dancing in a while. You think me stripping did all this? Like, no, baby. And she's like, well, what do you do? I said, well, Mom, I do porn. She said, oh, Jesus. She said, Jesus. She said, Lord, I try to raise him up in your ways, Lord. I try to raise him up. I try to raise him up. She said,
Lord.
And she had to call me back. She said, I got to call you back. But when she called me back, she said, you know what? She said, look, I did my job. I introduced you to Jesus. I showed you the way to salvation. Maybe if you don't want it, like that's what she said. If you don't want it, you decided you've grown out and did my job, and that's your life, and da da da. Even though technically, if I was not successful at this and wasn't able to help her, she definitely would be popping shit. No shade. But yeah, it went well.
But you know what I noticed? RuPaul, the legendary RuPaul, the iconic person that he is. I remember he was being interviewed, and they asked him, how does your family feel about you doing drag? And do you know what that iconic man said? He said, I don't too much. He said, I don't too much know, because all I know is they spend the checks. Iconic. When I heard it, I said, legendary. He said they spend.
I make more.
He said, I
make more money than all my.
Right.
I make more money than all my family. All
right. You become the breadwinner. You become, and that's another thing. And I'm sure, and that's the thing, you got a big old heart too. So stop allowing people to, you know what you gotta do? You gotta hire, you need a man. And I don't mean a boyfriend. I mean a man. No, listen to me. I don't mean a man like a boyfriend, because honey, we ain't into that. I mean a man like a butler. so that he can answer all the calls, and not just calls, so he can stand in front of you and say, what is the nature of this conversation that you wish to have with Mr. Zach?
You got some money for my man? You got some
literally, you need filters. You really need people to be like, oh no, like move. You can't. I was taught, my grandmother taught me, Queen Mother, you are the last person that these people can get to. You should be. You should have a whole bunch of steps before they get to you. People get so tripped out because I book my own interviews. I ask you myself. They're like, what? It's the Queen of Shit. I'm like, prove it. I send a voice memo like, bitch, what you mean prove it?
I am very, very thankful for my upbringing, even the things that even the traumatic things that I've experienced, because even the guy the other day that I was got into arguing with, or whatever the case is, and he's like, I just feel like, he's like, because you're not all that. And I was like, well, the numbers say otherwise, but
right.
And he was like, well,
my success says otherwise.
I just feel like you there's all this Xaddy stuff just blew your head up. So let me tell you something, my boy. I know that you base your self-worth and, you know what I'm saying, your confidence based off of what these people tell you, and if they comment or all these stuff like that. Again, my mother has told me I was handsome all my life, every day of my life. Right. My mother has told me she loved me every day of my life. Right. I've been popular all my life. Right. So popularity, all these things that are so important to y'all that y'all feel like, oh, this is something
that they're searching for. That they're searching for.
And this is an arrogant moment. I've been him.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been him. Like, stop. I want to tell you something too. I want to tell you something. That person, no longer allow them in your circle. Don't talk to them no more. Don't talk to them.
They're not even in my circle. I do this thing on Spaces. I go live on Twitter or whatever. And I just allow people to come in there or whatever. But again,
you need moderators. People will do that for free.
Discernment has it where sometimes, a lot of the times, I can, even though I argue with them a little bit, I stopped myself and I was like, you know what? I said, you're just deflecting, and Jesus loves you. Yeah. Like, you're a bad bitch and these hoes can't take you. Yeah. See, I don't do that. Like, and get it. Listen, I've been very vocal on social media. I've had times where I read people for filth, and everybody, I left a comment and got 1,500 likes on somebody else's page. The comment. Okay. I tell anybody, if I'm ever arguing with somebody for real, I'm just bored, because I'm not upset or anything like that. I just be bored. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, you tried it, and I have got a little time on my hands. So let me go ahead and just clear.
And you're allowed to. And you know what it is too? We tend to be workaholics. We tend to be machines. We tend to be superhuman. So it's okay to have a human experience every now and then. It's okay.
Every now and again.
Yeah, every now and then.
Every now and again, you need to clear it.
I'll say it like the wealthy. I'll say it like the wealthy say it. For sport. For sport. Yeah. Just
to keep up on my reading skills in case I want to try it.
Yeah. I definitely agree. So we have come to the point in this conversation that was absolutely phenomenal. And now you have a friend for life, and you've already got my number, and you're already texting me. I'm going to be texting you forever when I have time in between making my content. But tell everyone where they can find you online, social media, et cetera, everything. I'm going to put it under comment. Okay. But still.
Right. So you can find me on Twitter, it's Xaddy Corvinus XX. You can find me on Instagram, it's Xaddy Corvinus X. You can find me on TikTok, it's Xaddy Corvinus. You can find me on Facebook, it's Xaddy Corvinus.
OnlyFans, you better.
Yeah, got got some stuff in the works. We got the Playboy Cabin 2022 that's about to be in full effect. So make sure y'all look out for that. We're gonna have some new faces this year. We're gonna do. We have about 15 dudes that's going on the roster, whatever case is. So that's gonna be nice. I have some apparel coming out. I'm coining my phrases. I'm a bad bitch and these hoes can't take me. Also, my misery doesn't like company. Those are going to be on some t-shirts. I have my Verse God hats about to come out. And this year is all about again progression. By this time next year, my goal is you won't see me in front of the camera.
Right.
I'm starting my own studio, Verse God Studios, and I'm going to be more so on the producer side of things or whatever. And it's going to do well because I already know all of the top names in the industry, and I've already talked to a lot of them, and they're down like, oh yeah, you can definitely. So I'm gonna be filming them and investing in a lot of stuff. This year is about. I feel like these last few years, I mean, yeah, I've saved money and stuff like that, but I've been having a good time. It's like I deserve it. God damn it, I deserve it. So this year is more so about in my investing and making sure that I'm creating that generational wealth for my nieces and nephews and my children that will come along or whatever the case is. So my businesses are just doing my first club event next month. So you guys stay on the lookout for that. And all these good things. I even put out some music this year. So y'all definitely keep on the lookout for that. I got a lot in the works.
So get this, Mr. In the Works. How you gonna give all of that and not give your OnlyFans?
Oh shit!
Right. I was waiting. I'm like, Xaddy, you
what am I
doing now?
What am I doing? Oh my god! Yeah, you can find me at onlyfans.com/Xaddy Corvinus, and just for .fans/Xaddy Corvinus. Everything that's on OnlyFans is also on Just for Fans. So on my OnlyFans, you get all the previews, everything that you see on Twitter, you get them beforehand. You get all the photo shoots beforehand. You get everything beforehand. So definitely go check that out. I got a lot of new collabs coming up this year. This month, hell. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I got a lot going on. God is good, and I'm just trying to keep moving forward. And I'm gonna be spending a lot more time on the West Coast this year because it's funny. I went to LA a few weeks ago. And my name rings bells on this side of the coast, but when I was over there, it was almost like I'm like, hey, I'm Xaddy. Like, who? I don't like that. I don't like that. So let me make sure I spend more time over here. Make sure I'm collaborating with a lot more people on the West Coast. Definitely going. I'm in talks with Raheem right now and working. I've done a video with Raheem before, but now that was in the beginning. So now I want to do a video with him and start working with him to film with other people, whatever cases, because he's very good at marketing and promo, and especially
that's his background.
Breaking the barriers or whatever the case is because of who he can work with and whatever the case is. It's some markets that I need to tap into. So this year is all about making the Xaddy Corvinus brand global. Like I'm trying to go big. I'm trying to go big.
You're going to do.
Yeah. So by next year I can give me a man, child. Cause I don't got time for it right now. I'm too busy, and every time I'm with I got a man or a girl, it's just so draining. I'm just tired. I'm just really tired.
You know what? You sound like me. And honestly, it's okay to say that because I say the same thing. I'm like, Lord, 20 years. I'm tired. Lord. I'm tired. I just want to buy my mansion, buy my chateau, that's it. Like, I don't want to never come out.
Love ain't going nowhere.
You know what's so funny, Xaddy? I don't want a relationship though. I want escorts and gay for pay men. That's why the interview before you was gay for pay. I want them because then they come in, they know what to do, and they get out, and you can work, and then call them back when you need them. I'm one of them people. I don't like to be bothered too much.
I'm a hopeless romantic. So I love love, and some people tend to think that I'm like love scorned because I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship. No, I'm focused. I'm tunnel vision right now. And I feel like it would be a disservice to someone else to try to be with me right now, knowing that I can't really give them 100% of me because I'm 100% into. Yeah. Baby, I want to be a millionaire. Like, yes. I'm a thousandaire right now. I want to be a millionaire. Like, yes. So
Yes.
I'm figuring that out, and I don't want to put my time anywhere else.
Right.
I want my time to be solely on me. Love is not going anywhere, Lord.
Yes.
Let my looks sustain.
They're gonna last. They're gonna last.
Sustain my beauty, Jesus. I need. I look.
You have to do something for me. I
Yeah.
asked Raheem, and I would never ask him again because I understand. I asked him to interview, and he said he was shy. So what I want you to do,
He is actually. Raheem's
he's a Libra.
He's a really nice guy.
But get it, we're Libras. We're actually extroverted introverts. We can give you the show, but then we like to be behind the scenes. So I just need you to carry a message to him from me.
We're texting right now.
Just tell him that the Queen of Shades said hello and that she loves him.
I will. I'm texting him right now. And if I can, just really quick,
yes.
I just want to give a little bit of just a small piece of advice, and I said it before, but anybody listening to this that is deciding that they want to come into the industry,
yes,
be smart.
Yes.
One, again, like I said, daily affirmations, and you have to tell yourself, you have to be your biggest fan. You have to tell yourself that you're attractive, you're beautiful, you're worth it, you're this, you're that. You have to tell yourself these things because, again, if your mind is weak, if you don't know who you are, you're not steadfast in who you are, these people will twist your mind. You will wake up in the morning thinking like, damn, am I ugly?
Yeah.
Am I fat?
Yeah.
Am I this? Am I that?
Yeah.
I had to make sure, even before I got the surgeries and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to have many conversations with myself beforehand. Like that. My name's Dallas. My real name's Dallas. But I'm like, okay, Dallas, are you doing this because you want to do it, or are you doing this because people are saying this? And honestly, no one actually was calling me fat. It was really in my head. No one actually called me fat, but I just woke up and I'm just like, you know what? This isn't what I saw was just not who I was used to being.
Right.
And so I'm like, yeah, no. Oh, you can go to the gym, boy. Fuck you. Suck this out. I'm gonna go to sleep, but I'm gonna wake up fine. Fuck you. I'm not volunteering to go sweat. I'm not doing that. So yeah, y'all do what, and that's in everything in life, not just porn. Y'all make sure y'all really dive into yourself, really commune with yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with yourselves. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself out on outings. Because like you gotta. If you love you, it's not hard for everybody else.
I love me. I love
That's
you.
my message to y'all.
Thank you so much. This has been so beautiful. You have blessed my soul. You have blessed my soul. Like, you have blessed my soul, baby. And that's why I'm doing this, because people are going to fuck with you. And I don't mean bad, I mean good. People are like, yo, he's cool, he's this, he's that. And this is the thing. See, you've already said it. See, once you're an entrepreneur and you become successful, the next step is to teach others what you've done and charge them a fee. You got to build other businesses and you charge them for your knowledge. That's what you do. But yes, people are going heavy.
Yeah, that's when people talk about porn. It's like, they were talking about what skills do you have? You have
a lot.
Maybe the skill isn't having sex. The skill.
Right.
Let me call
everything.
The skill is being paid for doing something that people do every fucking day for free. That's the skill.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
You have people who can sing some of our favorite singers out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
Nope.
They don't have that. They don't have that oomph. They don't have that push. They don't have the look. Nope. They don't have the drive.
No.
At the end of the day, the skill is getting paid for what the fuck you do.
Yes.
That's the skill.
Yes.
That's a skill. It's a skill.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely appreciate you for this opportunity. I definitely, like I said, I checked out your IG and stuff like that. I listened to all your interviews and stuff like that. It's really dope that you're giving the content creators another platform to, show our personalities and show people who they are, because people tend to just see us having sex on camera and they just automatically just sexualize us and don't realize sometimes, I'm a real person. I'm not having I'm not having sex right now. Like, maybe I ain't had sex today. I ain't had sex in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate this opportunity. I had a great time. It was a great conversation.
No problem. And you are now, I love you. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Xaddy Corvinus. Don't go anywhere.
I love that you caught the reference too. You caught the reference. You caught where I got my name from.
Yes.
Because no one pronounces it right. No one pronounces it right.
It's I ain't gonna tell where it's from because I don't want them trying to come after you for no coins. I ain't gonna tell them on camera. We talked about it all, but I know where you got it from immediately. But that's we don't want them. Nope, they're not gonna come and hit you for no, not on my watch, not on my watch. So don't go anywhere. Hold on, say goodbye, but don't go nowhere.
Okay. Bye, guys.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I